HeyGen continues to take generative AI to the next level. They just launched this motion designer that allows you to create motion graphics through prompting. And this is one of the areas where we haven't really seen much in the way of automation for this. So you can design using these AI builders, you can code using these AI builders. But when it comes to the graphics, particularly motion graphics, we haven't seen much of that. And so now you can prompt your way to creating some very cool motion designs for your content. Now, this is something that they give you sort of set templates that you can modify and adjust. And then you can also use your own templates that maybe you upload, and then you can include them as part of a reel, as part of a video, as part of a UGC promotional ad. And so the example I did here is using this reference video style of like a breaking news type of thing. I prompted to change the breaking now developing story to breaking news. And then underneath it, I then go ahead and put that you no longer need permission to build. And just to kind of try this out and see how I liked it. Now, what I will say, as these new text to image and other generative AI platforms launch faster and faster, from Sora 2 to VO 3.1, because those platforms are actually embedded here into HeyGen. And it enables you to make videos and content that are just significantly better than anything you otherwise would have been able to make in general, but also in a shorter amount of time. But it still does take time to really produce something of not just quality, but with thoughtfulness and at the level of production that you would like. And so I say that to say that in order to really do damage with these generative AI tools, you have to spend time with them. You're not just going to be able to go in, do one prompt, and then come out with something that you love, right? Like, you're gonna have to really think through ideas, storyboard, come up with different concepts, ask yourself what messaging are you trying to convey, really be able to visualize whether it's ads, whether it's just simple videos, promotional type videos, marketing. Like, you're gonna need to really take your time on this and spend real time with it. And with that, what that leads me to believe is that you also now have opportunity to be creative in a whole new type of way. Like, we're gonna see a new sort of breed of creative come out of this. AI video editors or AI video creators, AI generative, uh, just generative AI creatives that wasn't a space before, wasn't a field before, wasn't a skill set or an expertise before. As I'm seeing how much time it really takes to get this done on a high level, you start to realize, okay, this is a skill set in the very same way that vibe coding, for example, is a skill set, and AI building is a skill set. So yeah, I did this video here. So this was one that was super simple, and I put the prompt in to get the motion graphic, and then I did a text to video prompt for an ad around just vibe coding, basically. And it then kind of goes through this process of planning, and then it goes ahead and actually creates the video. I did a 60-second video, and you'll see what it comes up with. So it generates the video, and this video is one person who is kind of standing there, gives a talk or a monologue, basically. In the prompt, I put for it to be a diverse group of builders who were kind of speaking with each other with a lot of different cuts and things of that nature. But it only just gave this one guy kind of speaking to the camera. And that's fine, right? Like, it's fine that it's just this one guy speaking to the camera. But again, it goes to show how much work that you're going to have to put in to make this at the level that you want it to be. As the video goes on, there's a point where then the motion graphic comes up in the picture. But it definitely requires a lot of work on your end, right? You can't, I spent a few minutes doing this, 15, 20 minutes kind of working on this. It's something that, to get a really good, highly produced video down, you're gonna have to probably put like, an hour or two really of dedicated time. So I see these AI tools, in this particular instance of the generative AI tools, yes, it makes it a lot easier, right? But at the same time, it makes it easier to produce at the quality that it might have taken thousands of dollars and weeks of coordinating and getting people and the right tools in place to do. But it's still going to require effort, right? It's still going to require some of your time to get right to do it at that right level of quality. So you see here, I put a prompt: can we include other people in the video where they're talking to each other? Because I wanted to have a video where there was like multiple people, but currently the way it is right now in HeyGen is you could only have one person speaking. And so yeah, it shows the potential of this. A lot of what we're seeing now, both with conversational AI and generative AI, have these sort of chat fields where you can prompt and it'll go ahead and create for you. And I think is an indication of just where things are going. This time next year, I imagine um, you'll be able to do much more with much less effort. However, when you can get a very sort of deep understanding of how these tools work, as it gets easier to use the tools, you yourself also get a better understanding of what's even possible and how far you can take it. So yeah, this was me trying out HeyGen's new motion graphics feature. It's something that I've been looking and waiting for a platform, especially one that's really kind of solidified to introduce something like this. And some when it comes to motion graphics, whether it's in videos or whether it's even on like landing pages and other mediums, I think that's something that is very cool to see be innovated. I will see you guys on the next one.